Hello and welcome to the Tarkis Zone. Today we're going to be playing the exciting game of World of Warships. I've queued for a battle here, which will start in about 20 seconds. I'm really going to just show you some gameplay here. Those other ships there that you see are on my team. They're around me. And when we hit the M key, we'll see the map. So we're basically on this side of the map. The enemy's going to be on this side. These A, B, and C points, those are contested points that we want. If we get those, we start accumulating points. And I believe when it comes to this game, when your team has up to 1,000 points, you'll win. So what I'm going to do is just get my ship going. As you notice, I've got a few guns on it. Actually 4 guns. And what you want to do in this game is hit the shift key, and that brings you into your binoculars. You see those orange dots? That means those are my guns coming around. And then they go to green. That means the guns all are pointing to that location. So if I start looking in this direction, see how that orange circle is now needing to come to that. So you want to make sure that when you're playing this game, that you're giving depending on the ship you've got, that you give yourself some time for your guns to come around. As you can see, I've got guns that can't come around because of my angle. See those 2 orange circles over there that haven't come to the circle? But if I start turning my ship, see how they start coming about, and you can see in my little mini map there at the bottom on the left hand side how now the guns are orange and they're ready to go. Actually, you gotta wait for them to be green for them to be ready to go. If they're orange, that means they can't be shot, depending on the angle that you're firing. So this game, this ship requires little finessing. It's a big ship. It hits hard when it hits. So what I'm going to do is go into this harbor here and see if I can see any enemies that I can shoot at. So I've got a couple of my allies there. This ship's a little slow. It's taking some time to get where I need to go. I think I'm only going about 16 knots. Also at the very top of the screen, you'll notice that it will show you how many ships on the field, how many red ships, and how many blue, green, I guess, ships are allowed. And it shows you the waypoints, those contested waypoints that I was talking about. It looks like the red team's about to cap A, and we're about to cap B, and C hasn't had a ship in there yet. I'm just trying. You see how most of my fleet over there, I figured they're going to go up the center there, which is great. I'm going to go out the outskirts and see if I can help recap or cap A there, and hopefully get a few shots in on any ships that might be sitting here in the B area. See, my guns can really shoot really high. I can shoot anywhere in this area. So I'm hoping that I can see. There's a ship. There we go. See, he's a little outside of my range. I got my guns at the highest point, so he's definitely outside, and he actually so far outside that he's not even within my range. One of my teammates threw some torps. See those torps in the water? Torpedoes are you can use torpedoes pretty strategically in this game. So here we are. We're coming up to A. I gotta turn my boat. See, I'm facing right at that enemy. I gotta turn my boat so that all my guns can come about. And he's moving, so I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna try to lead him a little bit here. And so I just lob those in. So he's not moving as fast as I thought. So my next set of shots, I mean, it's hard to see from this angle because of how low he is in the water. I'm going to hopefully hit him. If he's moving anywhere of any speed, those should hit. Oh, there we go. All right. Look behind us, see if we can No, no ships in that. I'm going to try to come around this island right here because there's a ship there. Obviously, you can't shoot through mountains or... So with this type of ship, I'm slow. I got a lot of armor. I get the ability to repair. I've got actually 2 abilities to repair. And what I'm going to do is sit in this zone and make sure that my team keeps it and help support these guys. You know, most of the time when I'm running this ship, I'm rolling in when my team's half dead, and I can wipe up the mess that they've got going on. You know, hopefully they've gotten whoever was contesting the area somewhat down in hit points. But we'll win this game if we can hold A and C. As you can see, we're getting the points to go up. And the other thing is every time you cap a ship, you get some points too. But if you're playing the strategic game, then this is basically what you want to do. You want to be able to defend areas. So here we are. Hopefully I'm going to be... See, I don't want to leave this circle of cones, but I do want to try to get some shots off with this. So this person is setting back. He's playing, you know, the defense game. He's hoping his comrade here knocks him down a peg, and then he can swoop in. Now I'm the 3rd guy here, so I'm going to be the swooper here because I'm going to try to stay within the circle and get a few good shots off. You know, and he's obviously in my gun range, you know, because I could aim all the way up there if I wanted to. I just have to get around this island. We got a pretty big group of reds there in the center, and one coming from behind me. Probably could get a few shots off at him, but I'm trying to set up for this guy here. My comrade's taking a little damage, but not a lot. There we go. I'm going to lob these in there. If he was going any speed, which he's not, I judged wrong which way he's going. I'm going to slow my ship down here just a little bit. Yeah, I did. I judged which way, the wrong way he was going. He was actually going in this direction. So my guns are just recharged. I'm thinking that will do it right there. Yeah, you got to lead the ships in this game. This boat that I've got, that it does hit. It hits like a truck. Look at that. Look how much damage I just did to that guy. So I'm really at a stop here. I'm not even moving. I'm going to defend this circle. As you can see, he's a little outside my gun range. Can't really hit him. He's basically going back to the hornet's nest, which is in the center of the... I mean, it'd be a miracle if I hit him. So yeah, I'm really short. He's trying to get to the center, the hornet's nest, for his comrades to help him. Actually, I guess I put my ship in reverse here, which is not bad. What I'm going to do is try to hit this guy that's trying to sneak behind us. Actually, it's way farther than I thought he was. He's behind that whole island, so there's nobody coming up that way. Alright, so I'm going to have to change my strategy, because there's that guy that's sitting there, and he's not going to go back into combat, only because, look, he's basically got a sliver left. This ship is pretty much Swiss cheese, so he's going to sit here anyway. So I'm going to go full throttle here and see if I can help out my comrades. It's not like we're hurting all that bad. It seems to be like a fair amount of ships destroyed, as we had to them as to us. Yeah. So he'll hold that for us. Plus I've got a green over here, which gives me some confidence that there's not many ships that are going to go up behind us. They're going to come from this direction. We're already 642 points ahead of them, or almost 300 point difference. But it will come down to, I mean, if they've got some real good sharpshooters who can take out our boats, then it really only takes one guy that's really good. I've played people that have the longest distance. My guns can't hit them, but they can hit me all day long. So it's really hard unless you've got a speedy ship to get up to them to really do the damage. With this ship, if they can stay in front of me and they've got a longer range than me, then they can own me all day long. That's the disadvantage of slower ships. So our team is now taking the center. We have more boats in the field now than they do. That person that I had hit earlier is trying to go back to his friends to help him. This is my ally. Look at this. He's got the same ship as me. So he's going to hit like a truck when he hits. So basically these guys are really smaller vessels, and we're going to make them into Swiss cheese real quick. So I can see why they're running. Because they've got two basically Goliaths here that can really ruin their day. And as you can see now, we've got all 3 points capped, and our point system is now in the 700s. And that's a fair way to win the game. It really is. I don't play this game all that much. And I should have said this in the beginning. This game is totally free. You download it, you play it, you earn credits to buy better ships. You can play this all day long. Some people, this is not that kind of first-person shooter. It's a little slow. It's a little dull. It's not Covert Ops. It's not Battlefield 1942. It's basically got to use a little bit of thinking, a little bit of strategy, and you got to understand how your ship performs, how its angles are with its guns. So this guy's almost in my range, and I'm facing him. So that's a no-no, because that means only 2 of my guns are going to be able to shoot at him, and I want all 4 of them. But I got to get close enough so that I can cut out to sea and have those. So I think I'm close enough. So now I'm going to cut away from him so that all 4 of my guns are going to come to bear. And he's not moving all that fast. So I'm going to think leading him to about right there is where I want to be. Maybe even right there. Yeah, I'm going to say right there. So now I'm going to fire 2 of the guns, and then the other 2 just fired. So I hit him once with one of that volley. So as you can see, I'm completely facing, side of my boat is facing the side of his boat. And if we went trade for trade on shooting each other, I would win only because of the amount of armor that I've got. See, I just ruined his day. Look at that. My comrade just threw a few above his head. So he's basically hit me once. I'm barely damaged. And I still have the ability to heal my ship. So I'm going to cut towards him, my front of my boat towards him, because he looks like he is trying to do the run game here. Here we go. We'll just lob a few. And you'll get good at this game knowing how much you got to lead people. I started a fire on his ship. He's in trouble now. He's in trouble. He doesn't really have much left. Now he's turned away from me, so I don't have to lead him as much. As you can see, my guns are pretty slow, but they do hit like a truck. So in about 5 seconds, I'll be able to shoot him again. See, now he's turning around, and he's still moving at a good pace. So I'm going to lead him a little bit here. So yeah, see how he just rolls right in? And those would have hit him. And that was it. I mean, we just won. I guess that was the last ship on the map. And again, at World of Warships. And this was my score for the battle. It gives you the battle points. And you know, and targets hit. I guess I hit 14 and caused a fire. So that's really it in a nutshell. So thanks for watching. Yeah, you've been in the Tarkis zone.